children, good morning. This is the video regarding the revision of Civics Lesson 1. Lesson 2 already last class we discussed in the live session. So we will do the revision of Civics Lesson 1. So prepare well for your second terminal examination. Next week onwards your exam. So prepare and study well and pray to God. Okay, so all the best for your exams. So, as a part of the annual examination, the first chapter is about the revision, Civics Lesson 1. Already we discussed the first chapter. Can you name the three organs of the government? The important questions, the objective type questions. Three organs. Name the three organs of government. Name the three organs of government. Legislature. Then the second one, executive and judiciary. These are the three organs of the government. And also, which are named the two houses of the parliament. Which are the two houses of the parliament? The two houses of the parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And do you know what is the difference between unicameral legislature and bicameral legislature? Uni means one house of legislature. Bi means two house of legislature. So the next question is about the difference between unicameral. Unicameral legislature means one house of legislature. And bicameral means two house of legislature. Two house of legislature. And the examples also have to go through. And the comparative study of Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha. So first one is about Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha means lower house, and it is also known as what? The people's representatives are called what? The Lok Sabha. Lower house of the parliament is called Lok Sabha means lower house, or it is also known as what? The people's representatives. People are giving more importance. People's representatives. Now, what is the maximum number of this house? 552. In that, what they are explaining, not more than 530 members are directly elected and not more than 20 members represent the union territories. And the present strength of Lok Sabha is 545. The present strength equal to 545. Now we have to study about the qualifications. What are the qualifications for the membership of Lok Sabha? In order to seek election to the Lok Sabha, a person must possess the following qualifications. The 5 qualifications are the 5 or 6 points are the must be a citizen of India, should appear 25 years of age, should not be an insolvent, should not be proclaimed any offense. A person should not do any offenses, and should not be proclaimed offender, should not hold any office of profit under the government, and should have his or her name in electoral list in any part of the country. So that is the qualification. And we know what is the term of Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha is elected for the term 5 years. The question paper is out of 80. The first part itself is objective type questions from Civics, 1 mark question. So the question can ask what is the term of Lok Sabha or what is the tenure of Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha is elected for the term 5 years. Same way, the Vidhan Sabha is also elected for the term of 5 years. Vidhan Sabha. Comparative study is already the recorded class. You can observe the class, so you can go through the topic, and this revision video also go through, it will be clear. Okay, so the Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha is elected for a term of 5 years. And the qualification, in order to seek the election to Vidhan Sabha, a person must possess the same qualifications. Should be a citizen of India, should have a 25 years of age, should not be an insolvent, should not be proclaimed any offense or offender, and name should be there in the electoral list in any part of the country, and should not hold any office of profit under the government. So qualifications for both are same. qualifications are same for Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha. Next one also, a very important question is what is meant by universal adult franchise? What is meant by universal adult franchise? What is meant by universal adult franchise? Those who completed 18 years of age or above, they have the voting right, and that voting right is known as what? Universal adult franchise. So that's a very important question. Okay, now composition. The Vidhan Sabha's composition, they have maximum 500 members and minimum 60. That depends upon the population of a state. And one more topic is related to the section is about the in Parliament. Who address the members of the two houses once in a year? The President. And there are three sessions of the Parliament. If need, special sessions also be called out. Then, what is the interval between, if need, a special session will be the interval between the two sessions of the Parliament means, what is the interval? That should be, should not exceed 6 months. So, in 1 year, 2 sessions will be there, should not exceed more than 6 months. Next one, the business of the Parliament is conducted either in which language? In English or in Hindi. If the member doesn't know both of these languages, the speaker can allow him or her to express in his mother tongue. So that is about the business of the Parliament and about the language. Next one is about two more sections of the quorum. What is meant by quorum? The fixed number of members should be there attend a meeting. Here the quorum is 1/10 of the total strength of its members. And such a way, another important procedure in the Parliament is about the question hour. What is meant by the question hour? The first hour of a session where the members of Parliament can raise questions. They can ask any questions about any part of the, any aspect of the administration, and that is known as what? Question hour. Next one, 10 points are the function of a speaker, or who is the presiding officer of the Lok Sabha. Who is the presiding officer of the Lok Sabha is speaker. So you have to study about the functions of the speaker. Clear? So this is about the first part of the topic. The first part of the topic means the first introduction itself about the chapter, naming the three organs of the government: legislature, executive, judiciary. In that, the first part is about legislature, law-making body. In that law-making body, the two houses are the two houses of the Parliament. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha is known as what? The legislature, law-making body. And the unicameral legislature means one house of legislature is known as unicameral, and bicameral means two houses of legislature. Okay, next one, Lok Sabha is also known as lower house of the Parliament, and it is also referred to as people's representative. Now, the maximum number is 552 and the present strength of Lok Sabha is 545. Then qualifications you have to study for Vidhan Sabha and Lok Sabha, the same qualifications. And also the term of Lok Sabha and the term of Vidhan Sabha, that is elected for a term of 5 years. Then universal adult franchise, a very important question. What is meant by universal adult franchise? Citizen who completed 18 years of age or above, they have the voting right, and that voting right is known as what? Universal adult franchise. Okay, then about the in Parliament, the President addressed the session of the Parliament. Then the interval means it should not exceed more than 6 months. So, in 1 year, 6 months, one meeting, and the remaining 6 months, another meeting. Then, the business of the Parliament is conducted in either English or in Hindi. Then also, the speaker can allow her to express herself in mother tongue. If a person doesn't know either of these two languages, their language is English or Hindi. If the person doesn't know both of these languages, the speaker may allow him to express his views in his or her mother tongue. The very important procedure is quorum. To attend the meeting, how many members should be there? 1/10 of the members, that is known as quorum. Fixed number of members should be there. Next one, question hour. The first hour of a session where the members of the parliament can raise the question. Who can raise the question? The members of parliament can raise questions about any aspect of the administration. Members can raise the question, and who is obliged to answer this? The ministers are obliged to answer it. So the right of asking question is known as right of interpellation, that we will study detail in 10th grade. So the members can raise the question. That raising the question about any aspect of administration is known as the question hour. And the presiding officer of Lok Sabha is Speaker, and you have to study about the functions of the Speaker. So the legislature, the first house is over. Now the second house is known as, or the upper house is known as what? The upper house is known as Rajya Sabha. What about Rajya Sabha? Here also you have to study about the term, then about the qualifications. Okay, so the upper house is known as the Rajya Sabha. Upper house is known as the Rajya. Upper house is known as the Rajya Sabha, and 1/3 of its members retire every 2 years. Then the term of Rajya Sabha, very important question, objective type. The term of Rajya Sabha is for 6 years. And one more question, maximum strength of Rajya Sabha is 250 members. The maximum strength of Rajya Sabha is 250 members. Now about the qualifications, slight changes are the qualifications. The first one all same, must be a citizen of India. Here the age for Rajya Sabha, the age is 30 years of age. In Lok Sabha it is 25. Lok Sabha it is 25, in Rajya Sabha it is 30 years of age. Then other all okay, must not be an insolvent, must not hold any office of profit under the government of India. Now, who is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha? Ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha is Vice President of India. Vice President is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Next one, Vidhan Parishad Legislative Council is there. Then again the procedure is there about the election. In that also 5 points are the election. 1/3 of the members are elected by an electoral college. Who are all included in that electoral college? Members of municipal committees, district board, local self-governments in the state. Then 1/3 are elected by the members of Vidhan Sabha. Members of Vidhan Sabha. The third one is about, they are nominated by the governor. Then again the fourth point is about the teachers, and the last point is about the graduates. So you have to go through these 5 points in detail. Okay, now qualifications, same qualifications only. Then how does the legislature work? Here also the legislative council meets at least twice a year. Then what is the next point? That is about each session, it is summoned or closed by either by the president or by the governor. Next one is about the question hour is there. Already we discussed the first hour of every hour is reserved for asking questions about any aspect of administration, that is known as question hour. Then 0 hour is there, that means debate on issues of public interest. Members of the legislature hold debate on issue of public interest, that is known as 0 hour. Then ordinance is the, ordinance means an urgent need to pass a law, that is known as when the parliament, that when it may arise when the parliament is not in session. And who can issue the ordinance? The ordinance can be issued by the president or by the governor. President or by the governor. Is it clear? Then what is the validity of the ordinance? 6 weeks. And about the subjects, which are the 3 subjects: union list, state list, union list, state list, and concurrent list and their examples. That is what the legislation. The subjects of legislation are divided into three lists: state list, concurrent union list, state list and concurrent list. And in the union list, how many subjects are there? 97 subjects are there. And in the state list, 61 subjects are there. And in the concurrent list, how many subjects are there? There are 47 subjects. And that examples also you have to go through. Then the second part or the second house is over. Now the first organ is over here. Which is the first organ? The legislature. Okay. Now the second one is about the executive. The second organ of the government is about the executive. Which are the executive? I will make it a conclusion, and after that you can study about the organ. The second organ is executive. Executive is divided into union executive and state executive. In the union executive, who is the union? The head is president. But the real administration, president is the vice president is the. But the real administration is carried out by prime minister and council of ministers. Then there are powers and functions you have to study. What are the powers of the president? Executive powers, legislative powers, judicial powers of the president, emergency powers. Vice president also. Vice president is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. The term of president, vice president are for 5 years. Same way, the state executive. Who is the state executive? Governor. The real administration is carried out by chief minister and council of ministers. And that also you have to go through council of ministers. Here same way the governor is also elected for a term of 5 years. Then you have to study about the powers and functions of the chief minister. Powers and functions of the prime minister and powers and functions of the chief minister almost same. And also you have to go through the governor, same way like president. What are the powers? Legislative powers of the governor, executive powers of the governor, judicial powers of the governor, emergency powers of the governor. And next one about powers of prime minister and powers of chief minister. And three categories of ministers are the cabinet ministers, ministers of state and deputy ministers. Then collective responsibility. All these council of ministers, they have to work like how they have to work? They have to work like a team, and that is known as what? The collective responsibility. If a vote of no confidence is passed against one council of ministers, the whole have to resign. Resign means what? The resignation of the prime minister or the council of ministers as a whole. So they all have to work as a team. They have to sing and sing together. That shows the collective responsibility. And this is about the executive. The last organ of the government is about the judiciary. Judiciary, who will be the chief justice and other judges will be the judiciary. Judiciary means that is to ensure justice to the people. In that, chief justice is the, and also other judges are the. Which is the apex court? Supreme Court. Supreme Court. Then the next court is about, the apex court is the Supreme Court, and below the High Court, in the each state High Court. And the last one is about the district courts or the subordinate courts. The courts at the district level and below are known as subordinate courts. Okay, so this is the apex court. This is the highest court in the state. This is the court that is in the district level. Is it clear? Okay, so this is about the judiciary. Then the chief justice are the, judges are the, their number may be fixed by parliament from time to time. Then appointment, then their allowances, qualification, and also you have to study about the pay and allowances of the Supreme Court judges and High Court judges. Till the topic is the. powers and functions of the judiciary that is not included in the syllabus, that you may go through in the 10th grade. Okay, so what about the judiciary? These are the judiciary to give justice to the people. And also the apex court is the Supreme Court, and the second one is about the High Court, and the last one is about the subordinate court. Supreme Court is known as the apex court, and the state level court is the High Court, and the last topic is about the courts at the district level and below are known as subordinate courts. Now let's recap the topic. Name the three organs of the government: legislature, executive and judiciary. The legislature, two houses of the parliament is the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And the second one is about the executive, that is divided into union executive and state executive. And the last one is about the judiciary, the Supreme Court, High Court and the subordinate court. I hope the revision topic is clear to you. Thank you. Have a nice day.